Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning, and I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. And beside me is my son Ben, and today we're looking at the Lagavulin, 16 years old, one of the extreme fine whiskies from Islay.
I think you tasted it already, so this is a re-review.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, I've been to the Isle of Islay in 2015, 16, 15, 15? 15, end of 2015. And it was I visited the Lagavulin distillery. Very nice distillery, very pear-shaped stills, and they distill their whiskey very rough, very fast with no reflux, nearly no reflux at all. So they get a really oily, heavy, and really intense whiskey out of it. And they use very peated malts, so you have 45 ppm phenol, what's it called? Phenols in there. So we're looking at a very peaty one. And if you're interested in how they make it, then go on our YouTube channel and look for the Lagavulin distillery. Yeah.
There had been tales in the last years that the taste of Lagavulin became flatter, not that intense as it was. I opened that small one several months ago just to have a try if there's something truth in that. And I found out, no, the intensity is still there, but there are a lot of competitors out there on the market which produce with an awful lot of phenols in their malt. So this is no longer a unique whiskey with this intense smokiness. There had been this westerly neighbor of Lagavulin, which also is very phenolic, but more this hospital smell, this dark phenols.
Very maritime hospital phenolic.
And this one is not like that, but there are a lot of other distilleries on the market which started 10, 15 years ago with the knowledge about this mega selling wonderful bottle on the market, their own smoky whiskey. So there are competitors, and if you know those competitors, then this whiskey is no longer that unique.
Yeah, back in the days, back in 2007, that was a very unique whiskey, and that's when I started trying the whiskey. And this is my very old bottle, and you can see that there's not much left. So,
we will have a comparison of both. So this is really freshly opened, and this one is
10 years old, 9 years old, and 8 years old.
If you go into the market and look for bottles, this one is a bottling from, I think, early 2017. And the very new ones from mid 2017, they do no longer have this red banderole on the top for the additional seal. I think they omitted it for cheapening things. And those are the very, very new ones. But this one is just half a year older, probably. And have a look at that. So this is, it's 16 years old. And this is a mega seller. So they really have those huge warehouses where they store that whiskey for 16 long years. And most of the new ones, they bring out their peated whiskey with no age statement or just a few years. So they are different. And if you think about how the peat is developing inside the maturation process inside a cask, then there is oxidation taking place from air breathing into the cask and out of the cask, and this leads to oxidation, and this oxidizes the peat smoke inside the Lagavulin for probably 12, 13 years longer than from competitors.
They're exactly the same. They didn't change the design for 10 years. Just the same. I think mine has a a shorter
Bandroll, yeah.
bandroll, yeah. But that's
This is
the
mine.
only difference I can spot.
This is yours. Very, very smoky. Intense, but not only smoke, but different smokes.
Smokes.
Different kind of smoke. Well, there is this bonfire smoke, then this intermediate little hospital or
Phenolic.
no, and then on the other side this extreme phenolic smoke. In the middle there's this well, if you smoke fish, so this smoking smoke. Yeah.
So I always get the remembrance of the, what do you call it, of a ham. When you have a smoked ham, and you get a lot of ham in there. Also a bit of seaweed, a bit of these marine flavors, and that's it. So that's and a bit of a sherry smell as well.
Yeah, let us interchange glasses.
Yeah, it's because mine is already oxidized for
Yeah, a lot less. And
oh
different.
yeah, it's
The ham is stronger, definitely.
yeah. This one is more straightforward. You do get a bit of a damper smell in there, and a bit of a more of a. Oh, that's why you said you had no sweetness at all. I do get a bit of sweetness in there. I do get.
So there's definitely some oxidation taking place inside the bottle, because those phenolic molecules, compounds, they are not completely oxidized. Otherwise, if you burn peat completely, then you get CO2 and, well, water on the other side, and nitrogen oxides. But this one is not fully oxidized, so you get those rings, those phenolic double rings. And there are 1,000 different ones, and they are able to oxidize in the bottle over the years.
It's nice. It's very complex in there.
I find some iodine, but as well a little vanilla sweetness. Probably a little.
And they really got the mixture of sherry casks and bourbon casks quite right.
Yeah.
To get very nice balance.
And the smoke overlaying, but not that intense as those 55, 60, 80, 100 ppm whiskies have. So you really get, after, say, 30 seconds, a minute, you get those additional flavors through.
I do find it very smoky for smoky whiskey, though. But I do have the ones with the 100 ppms and the 200 ppms. He can compare them. He can keep up with it.
Yeah,
the
2/3 of that. Yeah.
2/3 of it. Yeah, not like a fraction of that, but actually a few more.
Really an impact on my tongue, and this whiskey has only 43% ABV, not 46 or 48, and for the 43 it's really extreme. It's strong, it's full, it's powerful, going down my tongue just to the throat and showing oakiness. Well, 16 years in which cask ever will lead to oakiness. There's a little spiciness in it, mouth filling. And there's some salt impression on my lips, but it's distillation, so the salt ions will not move over into the finished product, but the remembrance of this salt is there, and you feel this sea shore, this sushi, algae, whatever. It's so intense, maritime.
What I always like is when the smoke hits you, you realize, oh, it's smoky, and then you realize, it's not just a bonfire smoke or a very strong peat smoke. You have that ham going on. You have a bit of a marine flavors going on. You have a bit of a what is it? A bit of a sweetness going on. You realize there's some sherry in there. There's some fruits in there. Very little fruits. Bit of a vanilla touch. Bit of that very, very slight bourbon that's just hidden under a big cloud of smoke. So that's what I really like about this whiskey. It's strong, intense, and with just 43% ABV. So it's very, very round.
Yeah. And it's still so strong, even when it's chill filtered.
And round with just flavors. just flavor packed into the glass.
So this is one of the best-selling high-end single malts. Not what you find on the shelves of the supermarket, but if you're going to a specialized store or a mail order company, then this one is one of the most often sold whiskies. And this with an age of 16 years, showing that there are huge amounts of warehouses full with this Lagavulin, 16 years old, and they still keep or stay to the age. They added a 12-year-old in cask strength. They showed for the 200-year anniversary, they added an 8-year-old. They added a distiller's edition, which is typically 16 years old as well. But the major amount of whiskey from Lagavulin is sold as 16 years old. And if you see no-name whiskies out there and people tell you, well, this is Lagavulin, don't believe in them. Lagavulin uses all its whiskey for itself. They need it desperately. They can't sell any cask to anybody, and if there are some casks going to the blenders, then to their own blending companies, never outside the company. There are no brokers somewhere in the world which are able to broke with Lagavulin casks. So every Lagavulin is inside this bottle. Any other whiskey will be very smoky, but to a 99.9% probability, no Lagavulin.
Yeah. And I think you can't copy that taste.
No, definitely not.
So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this video interesting, then please feel free to share it with your friends or any person who might be interested in seeing what the best whiskey or the most sold whiskey of the premium whiskeys is. And see you next week.